Oh, fuck. Right there. I just click on that.
And we are live. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to Isyour6covered. Appreciate you showing up as always. And today we're going to do an interview via live Google with KotaBoy32. How you doing? You there, KotaBoy?
I'm here. I'm looking. I'm responding to SoCal, bastard. Hold on one second. Yo, SoCal, what's up, brother, man? Hey, listen, getting into the big dog reloading situation here, I am working with some on my single stage, but I have a charger. It's like one of those things that when you pull the handle down, it'll charge. Now, I know this is new to you. Charge that casing. It's pretty cool. Live for wild. Same here, brother.
Live for wilds out there.
Yeah,
What's up, man? John? Lots of Johns in the house right now.
Mr.
I
Brian
see
Marks. Oh,
all right.
Lord. There's Big Johnson. Jesus Christ. Here he goes. You can never lose that guy. I mean, it's like, damn, seen better. But, hold on one second. I gotta read this. Seen better heads on lettuce. I'm not going to deny that, Mr. Johnson. It's very true.
So
go ahead.
All right, you ready? Question number one. So where did you grow up?
I grew up in a little town called Mooresville, North Carolina on Lake Norman. Learned how to water ski when I was 2.5 years old. And it was never an option not to go into the military when I grew up. So there you go.
So your family is all, were you a military brat?
My dad was retired military, and I have two brothers. One is a retired major out of the Marine Corps. He was a C-130 pilot, and then my other brother is a retired captain who was an enlisted guy who was also a drill sergeant. He later got his commission and came back in as an officer, and became a lieutenant in the 10th Mile Division, and also became a platoon commander in the 3rd Ranger Battalion. So it was interesting that we all eventually actually ran into each other almost in full circle once we were on active duty. It was pretty cool.
So you guys were in different branches of the military, right?
Yeah, it was interesting. But my closest brother and I were actually in the Army together, but we ran into each other twice together. And it was one time was in Fort Benning, Georgia, and the other one time was in Fort Drum, New York. It was a lot of fun.
That's pretty cool. So you have two brothers?
Yeah, two brothers and one sister. My sister is a director of, now, all right, all you guys are anti-law enforcement people. She's director of probations for Roanoke County, Virginia. There's a gold badge.
So was she the older sister that could kick all three of the brothers' asses?
She was the middle of the road. She was between number 1 and number 2, and she kicked all of her asses pretty much. She was a badass.
I would assume she would have to be a badass.
she was.
And I'm sure mom was a super badass.
All right, well, I'll tell you about a story about my mother. I think we covered this earlier in the conversation, but my mom beat me with a golf club one time, and I will proudly say that I tried to get her arrested, and the principal of my school said, "What in the world did you do to get yourself beat with a golf club?" And I was like, "What?" But anyway, it was a lot of fun.
It's all good now, huh? Probably wasn't.
It's all fun. Well, now she's gone to the big wine bar in the sky, so you know.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, cool. So, how many years did you do in the Army?
Did 8 years total. Jumped out of airplanes the whole time. Had a fun time. It was all good and fun and games until people started shooting back at you, and it was like, "Oops, got to go." And after that, it was done. But I had a lot of fun. We got into the YouTube thing out of just wanted to add some information to some some things, and it was a joke at first. And I had this. I don't know if anybody's out there seen my the first videos I put out there, but I tried to do like this Midwestern accent, like "Oi, oi, oi, don't you know they're and people were saying they couldn't watch any videos because of the accent. And I was like, okay, we got to make this a little more serious. But and then I got my first AR-15 build going because I couldn't afford to build an AR-15 or buy an AR-15 off the shelf. So I built one or
50,
14, 15, maybe. I don't know.
I can tell you what, when we were out on the farm, I had that primer that was stuck in that Geisley trigger.
Mm-hmm.
And KotaBoy took it all apart, got it all working for me. It was crazy. What's funny is I just got done shooting it. I put it on the table. John picks up the gun, goes, "Oh, this thing's cool." Basically pulls the trigger and goes, "I don't remember what you asked me." I'm all, "Fuck, you broke it."
Dude, that's the first thing that came out of my mind. I was like, "Oh shit, I done broke your gun." Like, all right, let's take this thing down.
So that worked.
I remember.
Good.
The next morning, I said, "Let me bring my toolbox out and let's tear this thing out." And I was like, "What the hell is this, man? It's a primer stuck in the lower parts of your trigger system."
Yeah, it was like under that little cup part.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I'm kind of glad you touched it, because I would have tried to shoot it later in the day and would have been like, "What in the hell?"
Well, in an event of like a terrorist attack or something like that, that could have been a cause of problem. So I'm glad I saved your life. So
you totally saved my life.
There you go.
So what would you say your favorite video is? Like,
oh, we all know what that video is.
Is it a newer one from the farm?
Yeah, I'd have to say that the major production that Lance, my cousin, was the main actor. He was in, and man, I tell you what, I got to hand it to Pop's Quest for really pulling it together. And you guys were all in the background. I mean, Live for Wild, you were back there, and SoCal, you were there. Tim was there. And a lot of people didn't know what was going on when I walked into the camp and everybody was eating lunch. And, we regrouped and kind of got our game plan together after that. But, man, it was a hoot. And just to watch everybody just having a good time with that whole thing. And, it's the idea was not to be against a certain group of folks. It was more or less, this knucklehead here is here to farm, and it was just a blast. It was a good time. But that's got to go down in my history as being my favorite video of all time.
Well, what was fun is he fell right in line, and you guys worked together as a duo, basically. When he said it plays music, I mean, it was like just perfect. Like,
skip it, stop it, listen.
Yeah, it was funny. I remember sitting over, kind of hiding from you guys, just to watch.
Oh my God,
cracking up, listening to you.
Shane,
and then we got around the fire, remember, and we were kind of messing with it a little bit.
Dude, watching the videos after the fact, it was even better. Shane Locke, how do I know you, man? Were you there? Are you a subscriber? Or what's your association with this whole group, man?
He comments a lot. He's been around for a while.
Yeah, he has, and it's really cool. And you know what? Live for Wild. I know he's sitting there at work, so don't even try to kid, brother.
Actually, Shane ordered a hat, or wants a hat. I gotta get one made for him. It probably won't be for a couple of weeks, but when I come back.
Well, I'm proud to have my hat. I've got a couple of them. This new one right here, I'm gonna show everybody. This is from. Does anybody know what that's from?
I don't.
Rick.
Army.
Gun sight.
Gun sight. Oh, is that what is that, a channel?
That's the Jeff Hooper, or Jeff, what the hell is his name? Jeff Cooper. Gun sight is one of the prominent Oh, hell. Real Cobra Burnout. He's on.
He's on.
Oh, dude, hold on one second.
Cobra Burnout. Burnout.
Boom. Boom. I love that dude.
Yeah,
even though he is Air Force, I mean, I do love Air Force guys. But anyway, this is from Gunsight. One of the ladies that I worked with, her family is a good friends with Jeff Cooper, who grew up out there, and she gave me this hat. I mean, next thing I know, I showed up in the mail, man, and it says, hold on, let me see if I can say that.
Gunsight
Alumni, shoot, 2016. And I wore this today out here at Myrtle Beach, and I walked up to a guy, and I was like, man, he was wearing a 511 hat, and I said, dude, love your hat. And he said, man, I like yours better. And not many people know what the Raven, if you ever have a chance to see, look up Gunsight and the Raven, and that's a badass hat. And that's why you see me wearing that a lot of times. Now, I do wear the hat that was given to me by Nolan's Mindset, because, dude, that guy outdid himself with the giveaway. That was absolutely tremendous. If any of you guys are not subscribed to Nolan's Mindset, please take a chance and go over there and take a look at it. Also, Real Cobra Burnout, dude, you ain't right. Boom. Love it. I find myself imitating you, driving down the road going, boom. Fucking doing this shit, man. Dude.
Do that to your wife when she's in bed.
ZPD Tactical. Oh, wait a minute. ZPD Survival.
Survival
is being interviewed. This is about 50 minutes.
If you guys got any questions for KotaBoy here, we're doing interviews.
Hey, Big Johnson, nobody gives a shit about your damn Sphinx, man. Nobody can afford that kind of gun. I mean, for God's sakes, dude. Bring your damn $1,500. You are the biggest high-dollar gun purchasing individual I know, man.
He's got some nice firearms.
Buy some shit we all can afford. Hold on, I want to see his comment on this one. This ought to be funny.
He's going to hear it like 30 seconds later.
Mm-hmm. Here he goes. Awesome. Live for a while. Let's go to Cobra. This is my first real chat. This is kind of cool. I just figured this out for the first time. It took one time for me to figure it out, Rick. It was like one time. Mm-hmm.
Just one time.
Yes. Once.
No squealing.
No squealing or anything. I just kind of just went online and just.
It's pretty simple, huh?
Yeah, it actually is very, very simple. SoCal, you'll just be happy to know, man. I got this thing that feeds the powder into the casing on its own. It's called a charger.
A powder drop?
Powder, dude. How'd you know?
Come on, what are you talking about? You mean a powder?
A powder drop? Yeah, it's a charger.
Like this?
When you pull the thing, it drops. It flares the shell casing.
What?
Okay,
F your Glock.
KB32. Glock.
Glock.
You pick up the case, and move it, and then move it again. Fuck, dude. It's called precision reloading.
Well,
not that mass-produced shit that you do.
Hey,
okay?
So those reloads you did, you made what, 100 and brought them to the farm? Did they all work perfect?
I actually brought 150 with me, and no, 300, and I never fired them.
You didn't fire them?
Nope. And then here's the funny thing. I picked up all that brass, and then a friend of mine brought me a 5-gallon bucket of brass. And said, here, I don't know what to do with them. And I was like, now I got enough 45 brass. I've got probably 3,000 or 4,000 cases of 223 that I'm going to load with 770 grain open tip match grade. But the 45 cases are the ones that I'm really getting involved in because, hold on one second. Dylan 1050 is calling. Hello.
That's the big dog.
Yeah, dude, really?
I want the 650. 650 would work perfect for me.
SoCal, why should I get the 1050 over the 650? I can buy that shit on Amazon for like $650. And I got the doc, dude. We set you up with 5 pounds of rice. All right, so anybody who's not watching, what they did was I spent all weekend long on my hands and knees. And Rick and SoCal and Live for Wild can verify this. I was so excited. I mean, literally, my back was so sore for running 50 feet for the 3-gun.
He would crawl.
I was crawling, man. I was crawling on my hands and knees, picking this shit up. And then I walked back over to my pillowcase, and they had replaced my pillowcase with pine cones and rocks. And at that point, I knew it had to be somebody, but SoCal was sitting right there, and I threw it right in his lap, and it landed right on his balls. And I just looked at him and said, "Hey, Cook, where's my shit?" And I have to be honest with you, it was a true honor to be welcomed into the fraternity of reloaders in such a way that they made me feel that way. All right, hold on. Couldn't burn out. I have a Dylan fight. Really, dude?
Gotta mess with him. Gotta
Cobra
mess with him.
Burnout's got a 550.
Yeah, 550 is good, but the 650 keeps
Now,
turning by itself.
What's the difference between a 550 and a 650?
It automatically goes to the next one.
That's like a progressive versus a turret.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like my old mech shotgun one. You basically, after you pull the handle and push it, you just grab the shells and turn it one and then do it again. This one just
right.
The 650 just only progresses, so that's one less step you have to do. But 550, TR's got a 550 and he makes a shit ton of ammo too.
Well, have you ever watched any SoCal's videos when he cranks them all up at one time? I mean, it is disgusting. I took the opportunity to look through some of his old videos, and I was just like, "You got to be shitting me, man!" And then watching some of Pop's Quest, this is by the time you get all that fucking dude, spend 100 more and get it to me.
It's not 100 more though, because every head is like another 100 more.
All right, so I got one. We've got Cobra Burnout, WTF SoCal, and I got Live for Wild. All are let's just say reloading geniuses. And because Live for Wild is actually helping me with my 45 build, I'm gonna kiss his ass a little bit more. Hold on, I have the RL54.
He's got the RL 550. See the square deal? I have that one at Dylan, but it only does pistol rounds. And it works great, but just pistol.
All right, so the 650 does pistol and
rifle.
Right.
So 550 does rifle and pistol too. 1050 does rifle and pistol. But the 650 has, or the 1050 has, I think it's 2 more stages. So the head's bigger. So you can have there's so many heads you can have one set up just for lighting. But you can use it for a trimmer. You can use one for basically like a charge. Basically reads your charge to make sure you don't have too much powder or not enough powder. I can't think of what the actual word is right now for some reason. But it is nice having those extra heads, especially if you're doing like long neck case rifle stuff where you can have a trimmer. So it does that. You don't have to dick with it. It goes to the next one. Oh, and it'll primer pocket for like the 5.56.
All right, see, this is where you're fucking every one of the newbies like myself. All right, you're blowing us all away with all this bullshit. Here's the whole thing about what I'm doing right now, is I have to trim all my cases individually, all 4,000 of them. Okay.
Well, see, you even on the 650 and the 1050, you can get a case trimmer. So, like on the 5.56, the primer pocket's smaller than a 223.
Let me ask you a question. Is there any way we can get SoCal on this thing?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It depends if he wants to get on here or not.
WTF. Oh, hell, if I know that dude, man, he's going to cook us a hamburger and reload us some ammo at the same time.
Swagging.
He's
Swedging.
swagging.
Swedging.
We related for a long time. Knows everything in the fire.
Because you'll
What?
be swinging.
Nothing loud. Swagging.
Swagging.
Talking UFO shit. Fucking Big Johnson. You know what? I don't give a fuck. You're like the biggest goddamn moneymaker, gun shooter, toter, fucker.
He needs a reloader.
You need a reload, dude.
Does he even shoot, or does he just show his guns?
Yeah, he shows us guns, and then occasionally he'll shoot. But he'll tell me all about him shooting still targets somewhere along the line. What the fuck? So, I missed you on. John, can you get on this thing, live for a while? I would love WF. That dude is like, he is the cat's ass.
Can you get on here or what? John, can you get on it? Well, both Johns, I guess.
John, hey, both Johns, can you get on? Just signal.
So we can have 3
15
Johns.
15 minutes, go. Okay. So you just reloaded 100 rounds? What? Send me a link. All right, there you go. God damn it, I love it. Send me a link.
Slow down, snapperhead. Hold on.
Hey, where's that? Fucking send Big Johnson a link too, man. Fucking
Oh, no.
Numbnuts in here. Oh my God, that bit. Oh, David Dirt Road. I love it.
I'm gonna have to send it to your YouTube box.
That's the way I do it. When you send it to my YouTube instant message, that's how I was able to get it.
Let's see if I can go for it.
That dude, he got me so tore up that weekend.
Well, you guys drank 40, 50 gallons of that shit.
Oh, that's good stuff, man.
Let's see. All right, boom. WTF. Done.
Boom.
Check your mailbox and your YouTube. Boom. It ain't gonna go back. What?
Big Johnson. BJ.
Hold on, I can't read any of the comments. I gotta figure out how to get back to my own damn thing here. Let's see. All right, tell us a story. You blow any shit up in the military? Anything good? This one time.
All right, well, let's see. The best thing I ever did. All right, the one thing I can talk about is we blew a Porta John up. It was a lot of fun. You want to put a lot of things I can't talk about, but everybody says, when people say, I can't talk about that, it was like, oh, bullshit, motherfucker. Really? You call bullshit on your ass. No, not really. Not a whole lot of crap to be interested in the world. But I do have my look at SoCal.
No camera.
No camera.
What up, dude?
Oh, now I got 2 Johns in the house.
All right, there it is.
What's up?
That's my man, brother, man. Dude, I'm going to give you a high five right there.
Either way.
Do you know, first of all, do you know how much they want for a half gallon of Johnny Walker? Who is that?
Yeah, you said that in the.
No. Who's that walking behind you?
It's his wife.
Well, no, I'm not talking to you, Rick.
Yeah, that's my hot wife.
I can imagine. Fucking sexy son of a bitch.
Well, it wasn't a hot chick walking by me.
All right, so anyway, here's the deal. They want $105 for that bottle of Johnny Walker Black 12-year.
That's exactly twice as much as what I pay for it. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I got send me an address. I got a bottle for you, and I got a bottle for Pops. But since Pops said it was on you, I'm sending it to you. So, do they allow that in?
Actually, I think it's against the law to send booze across state lines, but just saying,
Whatever. All right. So anyway, we're sitting here talking about Hold on, here she comes.
Oh, everybody's looking at you. She's like, what the fuck?
Dude, I'm all about the women. I don't care. So anyway,
You're famous, baby.
Here's my hi.
All right, Lance.
So anyway, my next video channel is going to be hot cooking with guns. I'm going to fucking cook the shit out of some omelets with some AK-47 strapped on across my dick. I'm going to tell you something right now. Anyway, we're drinking some Maker's Mark this evening, as we can see. But I do have a half gallon of Johnny Walker Black in the bag back there because you, sir, have turned me on to that. That is nasty grill. Let me tell you.
It's delicious, isn't it?
It is disgusting. Let me tell you. I literally, hold on. Let's see here. So Big Johnson's Lot.
To me, if you drink enough of it, it's like apple juice after, a little bit.
Dude, you took advantage of me that night. I'm going to be honest with you.
Oh, it felt good.
All right. So anyway, here it is. I'm a newbie.
Rick just jumped off the chat.
Yeah, he's gone. All right. So I'm a newbie reloader, and it's interesting. So I'm sitting here watching some videos, and I'm seeing your shit, like the master of disaster. And then I go on to Pop's video, and I'm watching his stuff. And I'm like, holy shit, man. Pops gave me, now here's the one thing. He gave me the Lyman's book of reloading. That is the start.
Yeah, definitely. I would pick up the Hornady manual as well, depending on how many books you want to collect, but honestly, you should have at least 2 frames of reference in print.
And why?
Just so you can compare the two. A lot of the manuals will use a lot of the same powder types. Some won't, like the Spears manual, or there's one more that's slipping my mind.
I can understand why they wouldn't. I mean, if you found, like, say for instance, I'm using the Alliant pistol powder. They have some stuff in there for some other things, but you find something that.
Ta-da!
Rick, you're back. Hey, Rick. Hey, he's back. All right. So, but what I'm saying is that, like, if you had some powder that wasn't covered, that's the reason why. And here's the reason why I'm getting at this, John, is that people say you need multiple manuals. Okay, why?
All right. Well, it's good to have manuals, just to have them. Just have them in paper. But tell you what, honestly, you can find all the reloading data for pretty much any powder based on the manufacturer. Each manufacturer's site will have a reloading database online, and that's constantly changing and being updated on a pretty regular basis. Is my microphone really loud, or?
Yeah. You're good.
Yeah, so like for instance, Hodgdon's has Hodgdon IMR powder is the same. So you can go online, look up Hodgdon/IMR reloading data, and they have their own website, and you can look up pretty much any load. You tell them, what, is it a rifle or a pistol, what caliber, and the bullet weight, and they will bring up pretty much all the load data for what you're looking to do. And that's a great way to do it. But as a backup, it's cool to have, 1 or 2 manuals, paper, that you can look at, just kind of get a good average. You don't want to blow your face off.
Yeah, that's
well, I tell you what, and I'm like talking to Greg earlier. He said, I got my little man. He's like, usually the bathroom. Hold on. We're on vacation. 1 second.
You're probably keeping them all up if you're in a hotel.
Well, no, they're close the door here. They don't close. Hey, buddy, you want to say hi?
I want to say good night.
Okay. I gotta go close the door to the visitor's room.
All right, you go close the door.
Oh. No, he's fine. Well, sleeping here.
Here, I'll mute you so you don't say anything you don't want to say.
Brett, Connor,
I just muted myself, dumbass.
go to sleep right here.
All right.
What are you chomping on, Rick?
Popcorn. I'm fucking hungry. I didn't ever got to eat. Anytime I'm on TR's channel, if I don't eat before 6:30.
When are you bailing? When are you getting out of California?
Officially,